Hey guys, this is Maduba John from MJCdesigns. Welcome to today's video tutorial. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to draw a ramp for a multi-story car park. Now, this sketch right here is like a concept of how to start the multi-story car park. I'm not going to bore you with the design of the multi-story car park. This is like a rough sketch and a rough calculation of the floor layout, the size of what the multi-story car park should be looking like. This is not a concise design, just a layout, right? And then this right here is the outline for the ramp. As you can see, we have the circle here, right, with a radius of 3 meters. Okay, that's the turning radius. Also, the same thing here with a radius of 3 meters, same thing. And for my calculation, I got 14.6 meters, 14.6, 14,600 mm for the run, right, to the top, from the ground to the top for a multi-story car park. Now, I'm going to start with drawing the profile of the multi-story car park. Now, let's take the distance we used from here. I'm going to measure this is 4,800. It means if I'm going to draw my profile, it must be 4,800 wide. Now, I don't know if I'm going to show you guys two tools, but you can always use two tools to draw a ramp. It is either rail tool, which is this, or beam. The essence of using beam instead of wall is because you can always elevate beam. You can change the angle of elevation. Okay. Now let's go to option, go to complex, and go to profile manager. And then we create a new profile, right? Say ramp, car, just give it a name. You can always remember. We start by drawing our ramp, right? You go to document and use our fill tool. We draw the, okay, so we draw the in at 4,000. We'll just type in your 4,000 and give it the thickness you want. I'm going to use 200 as the thickness. Okay, that's 4,000 right there. And then the flange, I'm going to use 200 and the height as 400. Okay, same, add the flange to this. That's this is going to be 200, and let's say the height should be, let's say, 800. Okay, we can even increase this part right here, right? We can increase this part right here, but that's for or I'd rather reduce this one by 50, so we can have 250 passageway. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Let me change the surface, give it concrete, give it same concrete. It's okay. So I'm going to mirror a copy of this by the side. Okay, and this is quite sharp. Let's chamfer this a bit. Fillet by 25. Let's see if it's okay. So this is the profile of the ramp we want to use. Now I'm going to bring this down here to this point, right? I'm going to bring this down here as I want this point to be the origin, because I want it. I would have to use my mouse to pick that point so I can snap it with the top floor. You see, as we go, you see the essence of putting it there. Okay, and then that's pretty much it. So activate the tool you want to use. We want to use ray tool, and we want to use beam. Then you just remove the wall that was activated before, and that's pretty much it. Then you just save. Okay. Next thing we do is we go to let's make a copy of this in case we want to use, in case I have the time to make a tutorial for the beam type, for the beam tools. I'm going to use rail here and probably use beam here, for instance. Okay, so this is what the rail looks like, right? And we have to delete this. We have to also delete this. We also have to delete this. Okay, and we are going to add handrail. Please, you use handrail because of this option here. Okay, this option here, you can't use top rail. Handrail gives you this option here, and there is a need for it in case. So handrail, and then you add down there. Okay, then change to profile, right, and go down to choose the profile style, which is ramp car, like we saved it. Okay, so the fixing is still there, as you can see at the bottom there. You can always remove it. So that's it. Just say okay. Let's take a moment and draw so we'll get the point. You get the center, make a copy so that when we draw our beam, can always be accurate. Our ramp rather. So as you can see, taking the point like so. Like so. As you can see, you can see where it all started from. Okay, so the essence of using that handrail, you can always switch it. Just click here and switch it. As you can see, we just switched at ease. Okay, um I might have to change the origin, okay, because it's not fitting in here, or we might have to just shift it, but it doesn't make any sense to shift it. I have to just go and change it from the profile. Custom, select the ramp and edit. I'll just shift it to this point here. So the origin is at this point, okay? Save. Then take this to this space here. We'll go here and remove it here. Okay. Okay. So you just pick this face, the pet palette will appear, and you select this to give the curve. So it's important you draw the outline to make it very easy for you. We are going to go to the 3D to see what it looks like. Then you change this to 0. As you can see, we have it right at the tip there. Okay, good. So we still need to take one of these slab up, okay, and make sure your level is correct. Depends on how many level you're going for the car. Multi-story car park design. You can add as many as you want, okay. Insert above, you can add as many as you want, like so. So this one is supposed to be 3.2. The essence of it making it 3,200. The thickness of the slab is 200. The headroom, okay, that is the clearance height, is 3 meters. It is fine. So we say okay, and then I'm going to make a copy of this slab. I'm going to make a copy of this slab. Make sure it is make sure it is at this level. Okay. Now the next thing we'll do is start elevating this right here. Okay, I'll click, take a look at this point right here. This dark line here, that's where you can click to elevate it. So just click and the pet palette will still appear, and you see that it's activated already. That's where you can raise it up and put it at the point at the edge of the slab right there. So we raise the other point up, right? And as you can see, that one is 3,000. So let me do it. This one is 3,200. Okay. And then this transition, make sure the transition is the slope is mild. Since that one is 3,200, we are going to make this 3,000. Okay. And the same thing here. We are going to raise this up. When you are raising it up, be mindful of the angle. You can see the angle. Be mindful of it. Make sure it is at 90. Okay. And then we're going to raise this up. Make sure the transition is mild. Okay. We can make it 3,027. For instance, let's see what it looks like. Now, it simply means that the transition from this point to this point is 300. Okay. Okay. And that is from this transition from this point to this point is 3,200 minus 27 is 500. We can bring it down. You can bring it down a little bit. It's just 500. We can make it 900. So add 400 to it. Okay. Yes, from here to here, the difference is 900. So the same thing here, you click, take this point, there's this point here. Okay, make sure you get the point. And from on the top we used 32 and 3000, so the difference was 200. So we are going to raise this one by 200. Okay, and the same thing applies here. The transition should be, make sure your this is at 90 and the transition should be 900 since we made the other one 900, so it's going to be the same. But as you can see, so what we did was we made sure from this point to this point, the transition, which is the level, the height level is 900. While from this point to this point, the transition is 900. So it makes it even, right? As you can see, the transition is mild, very, very gentle, the slope, right? As you can see, So it's pretty easy. You can always just copy and paste your, okay, this is just a concept to start your design. Let's mirror a copy. So copy and paste your slab and your ramp. So the amount of level, let me change this layout reference to home and 1 story. Okay, home and 1 story, so that it doesn't show in all stories. Okay, just home. This is the home from here, and then 1 story because it's definitely traveling up to this to the top floor. So click, select them, copy, go ahead and paste at each level. Let's make it 5. Okay, as you can see, right? Let me make copy the column so it makes it look solid. I grouped all so I can pick copy all, paste. Okay, as you can see, so this is like a concept. Okay, like a quick concept on how to go about a multi-story car park. As you can see, okay, this is for the second part where you go down, right? And the other side is for the where you go up. Okay, where you go up like so, down there like so. Okay, you can always support them with a column, whatever it's needed. So this is basically how to draw a ramp for multi-story car park. As you can see, the transitions and the travel from one floor to the other is gentle. The slope is very, very gentle, as you can see. So you have to make sure you use the proper calculation. Okay. You have to be able to know the distance. Now the distance you should cover for a certain height. So this is basically how to draw a ramp for a multi-story car park. Let's try the beam. It's going to be actually messy in a way because we have to get this transition. As you can see for the railing, this is one part, this is one part, this is one part, this is one part, and this. So we're always going to have the beam like one, two, three, four, five parts. But I'm going to do this part and then mirror the other side. So let's get started with the beam. Let's use a continuous beam and you change it to complex beam. This is it. Here you pick it. Then we go to custom and we look for that profile we created. And then all you need to do is let's take this point so we don't, this point actually helped us. So we can use it as our reference. So go to your beam, select the continuous, make sure all this is activated and you start like so. It's pretty easy, right? All you need to do is now make this okay. It is grouped. Suspend the group and so you can edit. Okay, so this is beam and we are going to do the same thing we did. Take this up, slab up, make sure it is at second floor, so it shows on the second floor, and we remove this one. Okay, now this one here, I'm going to take it up. Okay, change the angle here. That's the essence of using beam, and put it at this point here, as you can see. Now from our transition we did with the rail tool, we took this up. I think you can't, I was going to pick both points, but you can't. So I'm going to take this one individually like so. I'll take it to try to rotate to get a better view. Okay, as you can see, it's not showing us the angle of elevation. It's just showing us from the top the distance of transition. And now the distance of transition we used for the first one was 200. So I'm going to just go down. You can see the distance, right? Was 200. So I'm going to type 200. Okay. Then take this one up also. Now, if you can see, I'm trying to drag this up, but the options are not coming. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it up. Okay. And I'm going to try to drag this one down from here, but it's not still coming. No problem. There is always a solution to this. Let's see. Okay. I've not tried using a beam before, but I know it works. So since I have reduced this, to 200 to an extent, and I actually want to make a transition from here to here, okay, from this point to this point, right? And let me see if it works on elevation. So I'll take the elevation like this across, and then show the elevation, see if we can drag it down from the elevation. So it's showing the one at the back also. So I don't want that one at the back to show. I'm going to limit it. Just click this so you can limit. So this is the part, this is the end of what it's showing. So this is what we are looking at. Now, as you can see, I'll take this back. Okay. I want to try another method because from what the options are giving me, I can't change the elevation of that beam. So I'm going to make this, convert it back to something like this. Okay. So that I'll see if it works. Like I said, I've not tried using a beam before. I always use rail. Now you can see you can see having made converted this to a straight beam. Now you can see the option it's giving me. Okay, that means I can elevate now. I can change the angle now, unlike the curve. Okay, unlike the curve one, which I can't change the angle because it's not showing me that I can't change it. So I'm going to do the same thing here, change the angle of this. I think the transition from the top to that point was 900. And if the first one was 200, so this one is going to be 600. I'm going to make it 600. Okay. And then I'll take this one up here. It joins, right? Did it? Is correct. The essence of all this is because it's not curved, right? Let's see if it works or connects. Okay, now I'm going to, this is now showing at the top. I can't see, okay, I can see it here. I'm going to change it to curve. As you can see, it can't curve. We can't even curve it. We can't curve it. The solution to this is leaving that particular, this place at that level. It simply means that we cannot have, we cannot change the angle of this transition. That's what it means. That's like another disadvantage not to use beam. Our choice of tools determine the efficiency and the accuracy of what we do. And now what we're going to do is, I'm just going to take it back to the height. Take it back to what it was, point it at 0. Okay. So you can curve this part now. Make this one the same height, 0. Take it back. Try to correct it here. Okay, as you can see, this is where the transition is going to start. Using beam, I'll have to break this point and probably also break this point. As you can see from the problem we had, we can't elevate here. We cannot. What we can do is we try to elevate this point a little bit, maybe 200. It's giving us something else. In fact, let's elevate this by 300 so we can connect it to that top. Okay, I think this step a little bit. Let me just take this up for a moment because it affects. Take this down by, take it up by 200. This one, make it 200. So beam, we can't change the transition of this particular, this one here. We can't change it from what, from the look of things. So this one starts from 200 also. Okay, and you're going to break it here so that it's not steep. You can always break it. Just click the edge of that origin, break the point, create a breaking point like so. Just somewhere close by, somewhere close by. This one also, I'm going to change this transition to, well, let me raise this a bit before it starts giving me issues. Let me raise it a bit. Then take this one, click that edge right there. Okay, going down 200. So we'll take it down by 200. Okay, so this one right here, let me take this up because this is always the problem. Let me take this up. I'm going to take this one down by 300. This is okay, let's go to this right here. I think this will help us. Okay, this is 300. Let's make it 200 instead. better here to work with this. Take this down too. Let's see what we have. You have to take this down a little bit. Now you see the downside of using beam. So let's go back to our elevation. So you can see is the problem here. Take it down. So this is what using beam looks like and feels like. I knew we can always use a beam to create something like this, but I've never really tested the idea of the curved part. I thought it was going to be a walk in the park to get it done. Now we know why we should be using rail tool for this purpose because of this. It doesn't give us a proper transition, unlike the rail tool, which is easy and seamless. As you can see, we're definitely going to be using this. So thank you guys so much for watching. I also learned something new today while teaching you guys, because really I've not really practiced using the beam. I knew the beam can work because it has an elevation, but I didn't know there was going to be an issue with the curved part. But I haven't discovered this. I learned something today. So it simply means I'll never try using beam tool for this purpose. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.